Wonderful. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to convene our JF meeting for Friday, March 25th for the Planning and Development Committee. And after conversation with our leadership, our co-chair and ranking members, we are going to recess until just about 10:15 or maybe a couple minutes thereafter. So we are in recess for about the next 15 minutes. And I thank you all for your patience with that this morning. Madam Clerk,
Yes, Madam Chair.
are you all set technically if we reconvene?
We are all set. We are live on YouTube.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll reconvene the Planning and Development Committee meeting. And just want to say thanks to everyone for your patience this morning as we all gather. There are actually a handful of us here in person, which is lovely, and joined on Zoom by many of our colleagues and our staff team. So we are going to begin. I'll just say at the end, I would love to make some closing remarks. But before we kick off our final JF meeting, I'll ask for opening remarks from Senator Cassano and then Senator Wong and Repsulo. Senator Cassano.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're winding down. We've got a lot of good bills that have come through the committee. We'll finalize some of those again today. And I just want to thank everybody from the public who came to testify, as well as the committee members that have put so much time into this to make the system work. I'm looking forward to finishing on a strong note here together. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cassano. Senator Wong.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And it is the new world of a hybrid meeting. So thank you very much. That being said, I wanted to extend to all of our colleagues on this committee. It is one of the really terrific committees in the General Assembly. And thank you for the great work that we are all doing together. Thank you. Eager to get going.
Thank you, Senator Wong. Repsulo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to echo the sentiments of my Senate colleague. This really is one of the most collegiate committees to work on. And I think that's a reflection of all of the members and also the staff. You know, we have tremendous staff who are very professional. They go out of their way to make sure that we're prepared to be working on everything that we work on. So just thank you to the staff and thank you to everybody for so far a smooth committee. Let's keep that up for one more time today. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So diving into section 3 of our agenda, bills for review. The first item on our agenda today is Senate Bill 322, an act concerning an amendment to the charter of the Metropolitan District Commission. This is a JFS to the floor, LCO number 3602. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Moved by Senator Cassano. Is there a second? Seconded by Representative Goupil. The bill before us, the substitute language, makes some technical revisions in section 1, and it adds section 2, which essentially allows the ability for MDC to assign liens in the same way that municipalities, or in a similar way to municipalities. Is there discussion on this item? I see Representative Delnicky's hand. Representative Delnicky.
Good morning, Madam Chair. And it's a fantastic day out there. I do have an amendment drafted that I'm not going to call today. And this amendment pertains to the makeup and the rights of the commissioners, specifically the non-voting member town commissioners. And I just want to broach the issue here so everybody knows what it is. There are 4 towns that are non-voting non-member towns. Those towns specifically are South Windsor, East Granby, Farmington, and Glastonbury. We obtain water from the Metropolitan District. We have commissioners that sit on the board. They do not have the right to vote on anything. They have no more power than I do coming up and testifying and having public comment. What the amendment would do is it would grant these 4 commissioners the right to vote on only water rates as it affects their communities. I am in discussion with the MDC District Council, and my understanding is there's going to be some language that, with any luck, will address this issue properly. And my understanding that this language will be discussed at the April 4th MDC board meeting. And quite frankly, I plan on attending that meeting at the MDC headquarters to address the issue in person. And to help the board understand the plight of the non-member towns and the fact that it's like taxation without representation. The people in my community have complained numerous times, as I'm sure my good colleague that is the senator for Glastonbury has heard from his constituents. And they truly feel disenfranchised. My hope at the end of the meeting that there will be some level of agreement that it is a worthy thing to do, because quite frankly, in my mind's eye, it is something that must be done. And that we'll walk away having accomplished consensus, and we can go forward and amend it on the floor as a friendly amendment with any luck. If not, I can always run my amendment pertaining to it that I have drafted. But again, I'm looking forward to that meeting on the 4th at the MDC headquarters building when the board convenes. And with any luck, we will have an agreement there, and the people of those 4 communities will have a vote, not just a seat, but a vote at the table on the water rates. Madam Chair, that concludes my comments. And I will be flagging the bill with a no vote today.
Thank you for those comments, Representative Delnicki, and for your willingness to work together on this as we get more information from the board themselves. I appreciate that. Representative Zawistowski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm generally supportive of the content of this bill, but as somebody who represents one of the non-voting towns right now, I'm going to be voting no today. I think it's important for these towns to at least have a say in what rates that their residents and business pay. So that's the reason I'm voting no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative. Seeing no further comments or questions, Madam Clerk, would you kindly call the roll?
This is a roll call vote on Senate Bill 322, an act concerning an amendment to the charter of the Metropolitan District Commission. And this is to JFS LCO number 3602 to the floor. Senator Cassano. One more time into the mic, sir.
Senator Cassano votes yes.
Thank you. Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes yes.
Senator Anwar. Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker. Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Thank you. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fanfara. Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Representative Hall. Representative Hall. Representative Hall, I see your camera's on and you're unmuted, but I can't hear or see you, ma'am, if you're there. Okay, I'll circle back. Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Lamar,
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Got you at the end. Thank you. Representative Michelle.
Representative Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Beach.
Representative Veach votes no.
Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes no.
Thank you. Representative Hall, are you there? Okay, we'll circle back. That concludes the roll call.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will be keeping votes open. I'll announce the time a little bit later in the meeting, once we have conferred a little bit more on that. And I will note, Representative Hall, you may need to log out and log back in. That may be one way to help solve that issue, so we can make sure that we have you and can get your votes recorded and have you able to participate as you desire. And appreciate everyone's ongoing patience as we navigate through. Okay, next on our agenda, we have item number 2, Senate Bill 325. This is an act prohibiting the assessment of certain charges and requiring approval for the installation of water lines and hydrants by water companies. This is a JF to the floor. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Motion made by Senator Cassano. Is there a
Second.
Seconded by Senator Champagne. And I see there is discussion by Senator Champagne. Good morning.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I had passed around a couple of tweaks to this bill, especially because of what I heard during the public hearing that I'd like to discuss for possible adoption. Under section 1, where it says section 1A, water line that does not connect to a fire hydrant, I'd like to define that as a water line that is not connected to a fire hydrant on the street where such water line is located, or a water line that does not have a fire hydrant connected to it within the municipality. And then in section 1 under number 2, where it says a linear foot charge for a water line located on private property, it should also add in a hydrant charge on the private property as well. I have already turned this into the ranking members as well. And then on part B, where the water companies were against the water, asking for permission to include the water line from the municipalities, I'd like to change that and remove water line and just keep in the fire hydrant. And that's under section B. So remove a water line and just leave the hydrant or fire hydrant. This is a good bill. It essentially puts into law what should be happening. And in reviewing just one of the municipalities in my district for many years, I found a lot of problems. And this is just to correct those problems that already exist. And it does affect quite a few municipalities across the state. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Champagne, I'm wondering, are you making a formal motion for an amendment? Is that
Yes.
Okay, so there is a motion to amend the language. We'll go over logistics in just a moment, but there's a motion on the floor to amend the language for Senate Bill 325. Is there a second to the amendment?
Madam Chair, Rep. Zullo seconds.
Second by Rep. Zullo. Just for purposes of clarification, we're going to do two things at this point. I've asked Madam Clerk to forward that language to the committee via email. In addition, and I believe that it should have just arrived in your inboxes. And Madam Clerk has also suggested that she could share the screen just so that everyone can see this language. Thank you, Madam Clerk. So to repeat, this would not be a strike all. These would be changes in line 3, beginning in line 3 of the bill, section 1A. The change would read water line that is not connected to a fire hydrant on the street where such water line is located, or a water line that does not have a fire hydrant connected to it within the municipality. And then continuing on line 5, again, a change to 2 would be a linear foot charge or fire hydrant charge for a water line located on private property. Then below in B, the language would remove water line from the section that says no company shall install a water line or hydrant. And as indicated on the screen, you can see just the fire hydrant needs permission. Senator Champagne, by way of clarification, I believe the last sentence, just the fire hydrant needs permission, is just an explainer rather than actual amendment language. Is that correct?
For the remove the water line.
Yes.
Yeah, basically the fire hydrants are the, you want me to explain it? Is that what you said?
No, what I'm just for purposes of, and I'll give you back the floor in a moment, but just for purposes of the actual language of the amendment, the last sentence, just the fire hydrant needs permission. Is that your intent to have that written in, or the language of the amendment would just be remove water line?
Just remove water line.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. So is there discussion on the amendment? And if, Madam Clerk, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and stop sharing because, again, members, you have this in your inbox. Representative Goupil. Actually, forgive me, Representative Goupil. I'm going to ask our wonderful LCO attorney, Ms. Sarah O'Connor, to comment to make sure that we are following proper procedure. Ms. O'Connor, Attorney O'Connor.
Thank you. We are. I just want to confirm with Senator Champagne that LCO has permission to make any technical and conforming changes to your language in order to effectuate the purposes of your amendment.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'm assuming that would be acceptable with the seconder of the motion as well.
That is, yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now, Madam Vice Chair, Representative Goupil.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for clarification, I will be voting yes for the amendment to allow for further conversation later on, but I do not feel this legislation is in a position to move forward. There was substantial opposition. We also have checks and balances within the municipality to address such water charges and water line charges. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there further discussion on the amendment? So we will first vote on the amendment and then we will come back to the bill itself. Any further discussion on the amendment? Senator Champagne.
Thank you. I just want to talk about the municipalities having ways to take care of this. It's a long process.
If I may,
I'm sorry,
I
go
will
ahead.
just on the amendment only, if you don't mind, and we'll vote on the amendment and then go back to the bill as a whole and certainly give you an opportunity. So if this is on the amendment, go
Okay.
for it. If not,
Nope, go
let's
ahead.
go back to the bill.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Now I'm going to actually try for a voice vote on the amendment, and our Attorney O'Connor, I'm good with that, right?
As long as there is no objection, yes.
And I also will need members to turn their cameras on if we're going to be doing a voice vote.
Okay. Is there objection to a voice vote on the amendment? And so if members prepare yourselves, if you could turn your microphones if you're in the room, and cameras on. So all those in favor of the amendment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
'Aye. 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 ' Seeing and hearing none, the ayes have it. The amendment has passed. So we are now back to Senate Bill 325 as amended. And Senator Champagne.
Thank you, Madam President. As many people know, I'm also a mayor of a community, and this is something I've been dealing with for many years. And to say that the municipality has the power to easily take care of this that's just not the case. The bill that you get from the water company is literally 4 or 5 lines. It doesn't tell you what you're paying for. In order to do that, you have to somehow get a hold of the maps of all the pipes. And then you have to one by one go out and check all of those pipes. It's very difficult to do that. And I did it all myself, and it took quite a while. And what you find is you're paying for things for 40 or 50 years that don't exist, or you're paying for things on private property for 40 years that don't exist. This was brought up through the proper channels, and it wasn't taken care of. That's what has prompted this bill, and I tried this bill last year as well. I think I'm defining it a lot more this time, and it's a concern. Madam Chair, I shared you a copy of the bill with you, and you know, in order for every municipality to understand what you're paying for, you'd have to have a copy of an itemized bill, and that was not the case, and still is not the case. I still have not received one, even though after the last settlement, I as part of the settlement, we requested one. So I wish I could say it was easier within the communities to take care of this, but I know from going through it that it's not. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Champagne. Is there further discussion on the bill as amended? I too would just recognize I will be voting to move this forward through committee. I know there are some ongoing concerns. Certainly the concerns that Senator Champagne has referenced and the impetus for the bill. I know we've heard some very clear concerns from our water companies as well. And I expect that there will be further conversation on this bill if it moves forward. Seeing no other questions or comments? Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll on Senate Bill 325 as amended?
This is a roll call vote on Senate Bill 325, an act prohibiting the assessment of certain charges and requiring approval for the installation of water lines and hydrants by fire companies. And the action is a JFS to the floor as amended by Amendment A. Senator Cassano.
Senator Cassano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Senator Huang.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes yes.
Thank you. Apologies to Representative Goupil. I accidentally skipped over. Representative Goupil.
Thank you. Representative Goupil votes no.
Thank you, ma'am. Senator Anwar. Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Thank you. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes yes.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki. Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes yes.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes yes.
Senator Fonfara. Representative Gucker.
Representative Ducker votes yes.
Representative Hall. Representative Hall. Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
One more
Can you hear
time,
me?
sir.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
There we go. Representative Michelle.
Representative Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Got you at the end. Representative Veach.
Representative Beach votes yes.
Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
Thank you. That concludes the roll call vote, though actually I'm letting Rep. Delnicki back in, so I wait 1 second. Representative Delnicki, would you like to vote on Senate Bill 325? Okay, we'll circle back. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Again, votes will be held open. Perhaps I'll announce the time at the end of the next vote. How's that? Okay, moving on to item number 3, House Bill number 5043, an act reforming motor vehicle assessment. This is a JFS to Finance, Revenue, and Bonding, LCO number 3961. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Moved by Senator Cassano. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Representative Goupil. The House bill comes to us from the governor. It is a many section bill, and just will highlight first the substitute language, add sections 1, 8, and 9 with new language in lines 276 to 277, specifying that no motor vehicle shall be valued at less than $2,000. However, I will point out that that does not modify the maximum assessed value of antique cars, which is currently $500. Essentially, the bill changes the method of valuing residential motor vehicles, moving to the MSRP with a 20-year depreciation schedule. It requires individuals to file personal property declarations for commercial motor vehicles, and it exempts from property tax snowmobiles, ATVs, and residential trailers. Is there discussion on this item? It's a quiet committee today. Oh, did I miss? Forgive me. Oh, Senator Wong, there you are. I missed your hand.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And if I may ask, this will be referred to the Finance and Revenue and Bonding Committee through you, Madam Chair.
That's correct. This is a JFS to the Finance, Revenue, and Bonding Committee.
Thank you for that clarification. And I do appreciate this being the governor's bill, and it is looking at the method of valuation. Obviously, there's many talk in the legislative body in regards to motor vehicle assessment, but this bill is not that issue. It is looking at valuation. Ultimately, it will tie into the assessment value and taxation, and that's why I understand this referral to the Finance, Revenue, and Bonding. Again, this is a vexing issue in regards to motor vehicle assessment. I think it's an issue worthy of discussion. I think the devil's in the details in some of this complex issue. I'm appreciative that this committee had a public hearing and some engagement and better understanding some of the valuation, but I think I want to thank the committee leadership for the appropriate referral to the Finance and Revenue and Bonding to look at the fiscal aspect of it. So I thank you for the referral, and thank you for raising this important issue as we move forward. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Wong. Representative Dubitsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have concerns about a number of elements of this bill, but the one that I just wanted to highlight was the minimum of a $2,000 valuation on a vehicle. You know, perhaps in some areas of the state, vehicles are that a $2,000 vehicle does not exist, but where I live, people have plenty of vehicles that are worth a lot less than $2,000, and for them to be assessed at a minimum of $2,000 if their vehicle isn't worth anywhere near that, I think is unfair. So that was my only comment, and I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative Dubitsky. Representative Delnicki.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I would like to echo Representative Dubitsky's comments, but go one step further. This could really hurt senior citizens. Many of their vehicles are worth nowhere near that value. And same thing with young people that have a vehicle that they've scrimped and saved to purchase, only to see the property tax bill clobber them. So I'll be voting no today.
Thank you, Representative Delnicki. Representative Lamar.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And one of the wonderful things I love about this committee is I get to say the following words, usually only here, which is I completely agree with Representative Dubitsky. It doesn't happen in most other committees in this building, but it does happen in P&D occasionally. And I am concerned about the implications of establishing a minimum valuation of $2,000. I do believe that will have potential negative impacts on a number of constituents across the state. I'll vote yes to get it out of committee, and I also serve on finance, so I'll take the liberty of discussing it with those chairs as well. I believe modifications to the legislation may be in order. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Lamar. That brings me joy, those comments. Representative Smith.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just raised my hand also to echo the comments that we've heard already. I believe in my district, there are also many cars that are younger than 20 years and thus not eligible for an antique plate, but also probably carry a value below $2,000. And those people will be financially harmed with that threshold. So I also will vote to move this out of the committee, but I do look to see that that number altered in some way or adjusted to look out for the interests of people in that situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Smith. And one of the benefits of being in the building is that you can lean over and have conversations with your colleagues. I just remarked to Rep. Zullo, in the current environment with used cars, even those that are so old, in such demand, I don't have the data on the number of vehicles that might be impacted with that threshold. So I think that is a question that could be asked. And I would also note Section 1 requires the Department of Motor Vehicles to provide assessors with info by November 1st, and it also restructures the motor vehicle grand list from an annual to a monthly basis, which provides more timely information. So we know the market is always moving, so there's that piece as well. Seeing no further discussion or questions on this item, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote on House Bill 5043, an act reforming motor vehicle assessment. And the motion made was to JFS LCO number 3961 to finance revenue and bonding. Senator Casano.
Senator Castano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy Vahey.
Representative McCarthy Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes yes.
Senator Anwar. Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley.
Representative Conley votes yes.
Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fonfara. Representative Gucker.
Representative Ducker votes yes.
Representative Hall.
Representative Hall votes no.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, it worked. Hey.
Yes, it did. Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Gotcha. Representative Michelle.
Representative Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Beach. Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes no.
Thank you, ma'am. Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the roll call.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to item number 4 on the agenda. Item number 4 is House Bill number 5424. This is an act concerning the eligibility of certain real property for the payment in lieu of taxes program. This is a JFS to the floor. LCO number 4031. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Moved by Senator Casano. Is there a second?
Second, Smith.
Seconded by Rep. Goupil and Rep. Smith. I think it was a tie. So this bill changes the eligibility for reimbursement under pilot to the real property that's also exempt from property tax under section or 12-81, except for houses of worship. The LCO substitute language just deletes the phrase state, municipal, or tribal in order to avoid the inadvertent narrowing of categories of property which would be included. Is there discussion on this item? I think this is the quietest that this group has ever been. There you go. Okay, Senator Wong to be followed by Rep. Zulo.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'll be quick in saying that the pilot program is an integral part of our state reimbursing our municipalities that have schools and nonprofit entities. And it is a noble concept and an important concept in regards to balancing out lost potential property tax revenue. But one of the points I wanted to make is the fact that the disbursement has been extremely uneven. And the challenge has always been, as we look at any pilot bill, I think we need to do a far better job to equitably allocate lost property tax revenue for all of our municipalities, and that the state needs to do a far, far better job in ensuring that the funds that were promised get delivered. And I welcome this opportunity in this case to reevaluate any pilot program review. But nevertheless, I think before we move forward to make any significant changes, I do encourage the fact that we are able to take care of the commitments that we've made already to many of our municipalities that have not been fulfilled. So I'll be voting a no on this, although lauding the importance of pilot. But nevertheless, before we make any additional changes and definitional qualifications, I do believe, reiterating again, that we need to do our fair share right now in regards to allocating the existing funds that are outstanding. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Wong. Representative Zulo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a point of clarification. I would assume that because we're expanding the pool of property that is available for pilot to be reimbursed to municipalities, is that going to actually have a fiscal note for the state? Is that going to cost us more money?
Representative Zulo, as you know, in planning and development, we often don't talk about the state budget much here because our bills so often impact our municipalities. And this bill, we are referring to the floor. I do expect that it will be headed to one of the other committees, that the screening folks will make that determination. That's my anticipation. I've not had a direct conversation yet with either the chair of appropriations or finance about that, but that would be my expectation. Again, I'm not certain, but that's my prediction.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for that clarification. Yes, I would just want, I'm going to be voting no on this today just to flag it. It's so important that we do get our municipalities the funding they deserve, because not, every municipality is different, and some municipalities have more of this property that is exempt than others. And it's a matter of equity, making sure that they get reimbursed because, it affects their grand list. My concern is just about the cost. And before I put a stamp of approval, yes or no on something, I'd like to know what the bill is going to be. So I'm going to vote no today to flag it, but I look forward to having that conversation, learning more, and hopefully being able to be a yes once we know a little bit more about the numbers. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Zullo. Representative Dubitsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I echo the comments of my colleagues. We have a pilot problem right now where the state promises it's going to provide certain monies and doesn't do so, even though the statute says it's supposed to. It just decides we're not going to pay this year. And what this bill would do would be essentially expand the pool of properties available or required for the state to pay to virtually every nonprofit property across the state. So that's every theater, every museum, every VFW hall or Elks Lodge, every kindergarten or that is nonprofit. It just seems like since we already have a problem paying for what we're already required to pay, it seems odd that we would be expanding the number of properties, and I think greatly, maybe even exponentially, to cover all nonprofit owned properties. I think a better solution would be to have some type of binding mechanism, such as a constitutional amendment, that would require the state to pay the pilot that it's already obligated to pay. At this point, I'm just not sure why we would be expanding the number of properties that the state is required to pay pilot on when it already can't cover the number of properties it's responsible for. So it just doesn't seem like a reasonable way to address our pilot program by essentially making it worse. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Rep. Dubitsky. And while I certainly recognize the concerns that have been raised, I also recognize the issue that many of our municipalities have as they host various properties and are unable to collect taxes. Hold on one moment. Thank you. We've had that discussion here within our community in another bill, which I expect that discussion to continue. But seeing no other comments or questions, Madam Clerk, if you would kindly call the roll.
This is a roll call vote on House Bill 5424, an act concerning the eligibility of certain real property for the payment in lieu of taxes program. The motion made was to JFS LCO number 4031 to the floor. Senator Cassano?
Senator Cassano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey?
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman? Representative Goupil?
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong?
Senator Huang votes no.
Representative Zullo?
Rep. Zullo votes no.
Senator Anwar?
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Thank you, sir. Representative Arnone?
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
got you, thank you. Senator Champagne,
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley, Representative D'Agostino, Representative Delnicki,
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Representative Dubitsky,
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello,
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fonfara, Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Representative Hall,
Representative Hall votes no.
Representative Hennessy,
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar,
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Thank you, sir. Representative Michelle,
Rep. Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith,
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Beach,
Representative Veach votes no.
Representative Winkler,
Representative Winkler votes yes.
and Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes no.
That concludes the roll call.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Moving on to item number 5 on the agenda, House Bill number 5427, an act concerning the recommendations of the Office of Finance within the Office of Policy and Management. This is a JFS to Finance, Revenue, and Bonding, LCO number 3841. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Motion made by Senator Cassano. Is there a second? So moved. Seconded by Rep. Goupil. What a team. Thank you. The bill before us today it essentially changes the criteria for municipalities to be referred to the MFAC. We love our alphabet soup here in state and local government. That's the Municipal Finance Advisory Commission. And it aligns the criteria used for both the MFAC and the MARB, which is the Municipal Accountability Review Board referrals. The LCO substitute language made some changes, small changes at the request of OPM, just changes in language in line 453 to change from equalized mill rate of less than 30 to equalized mill rate of not less than 30. So just a clarification there. And language added requiring applicants for designation as a tier 3 municipality under the subsection to provide a copy of that application to the MFAC, and then a technical change in line 832. This bill seems to streamline the process and assure that municipalities that are struggling are automatically able to get some of that support and guidance that they need. And I'm wondering if there is discussion on the item. Representative Zullo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm reading through the bill, which I had to refresh myself on very quickly. As far as the referrals to the MFAC, we're essentially changing it from a calculation based solely on declining fund balance to a combination of a fund balance less than 5% and operating deficits in the 2 prior fiscal years. And I'm just curious if you have any insight into, is this intended to actually encompass more municipalities or less, or just maybe be a better guide of the fiscal health of the municipality as far as deciding whether it should be referred?
Representative Zullo, thank you so much for that question. I can't speak to the intent of OPM, but I certainly can speak to the soundness of a policy that would look at more than just one financial indicator. We know that here in this building and in many municipalities, the indebtedness issue is one that many have faced. And when we look at the totality of those indicators, it provides a better picture of where a municipality stands and what help and support they may need. So I don't think that it's intended to capture additional municipalities. I think it's intended to give a better reflection of the big picture of what municipalities' fiscal health is.
I appreciate that. And I do know that, ratings agencies do like to see municipalities to have at least 5% in their fund balance. So I do think that, pegging this to that industry standard is a good clarification. I also think that getting away from just looking at declining fund balances is a sound move as well. Towns may intentionally draw upon their fund balances in order to guard against, rising mill rates very quickly, essentially intentionally drawing them down. And I think getting away from that and looking at perhaps are they operating at a deficit is a better way to look at it. So I'm pleased to see that that's in here. So thank you for that clarification.
And thank you for raising what I think is an important point and one of the important pieces behind this legislation. Are there other comments or questions? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote on House Bill 5427, an act concerning the recommendations of the Office of Finance within the Office of Policy and Management. And the motion was made to JFS LCO number 3841 to Finance, Revenue, and Bonding. Senator Casano.
Senator Casano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes yes.
Senator Anwar.
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
One more time, sir.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Gotcha. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes yes.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes yes.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes yes.
Senator Fonfara. Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Representative Hall.
Representative Hall votes yes.
Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Representative Michelle.
Rep. Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Veach.
Representative Veach votes yes.
Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
That concludes the roll call.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Appreciate that. Next item on our agenda today is item number 6, House Bill number 5428, an act concerning building officials' resources relating to the administration of the state building code and promotion of careers in related fields. This is a JFS to the floor, LCO number 4049. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Moved by Senator Casano and second by Representative Goupil. Thank you very much. And Representative Goupil actually has been a tremendous champion of this bill, and I'm going to turn it over to her, if you wouldn't mind. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but to just make a few remarks about the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a collaboration of the regional planning agencies and the Building Officials Association in trying to find a resource and create a pipeline for building officials. We have a severe shortage along the eastern part of the state of Connecticut, and the regional planning agencies have been trying to pick up for that and finding a resource to allow for a pilot program. It also engages our school system in finding both an apprentice program to bring forward more building officials through the pipeline, as well as a future pilot that's going to, or excuse me, a future working group that is going to look at the system. It is a state building code, and finding resource or opportunity to create a shared digital system, working with the state library, DIS, and many of the other stakeholders related to the process of applications and enforcement of the code.
Thank you very much, Representative Goupil. The JFS language, the substitute makes a number of changes. First specifies the pilot can be conducted by 3 cogs or a combination of cogs rather than 2. It removes section 2 of the raised bill regarding the working group, and it replaces the DAS requirement, Department of Administrative Services. There we are with alphabet soup again. And the requirement that they develop and implement a process with a working group to develop that system. It adds language in section 5 regarding the internship and apprenticeship program, and it finally removes provisions limiting terms of building officials and assures due process for appeals of terminations. I see Senator Wong has his hand up. Senator Wong.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I appreciate the clarification on the substitute language. And I want to applaud and compliment Representative Goupil for her multi-year efforts in this. It is a yeoman's task in regards to the efforts she's undertaking. And it showed for the past 2 years the challenge that continues to come up, as we have seen even in the substitute language that is very comprehensive. I want to applaud the proactive aspects of this, particularly in working with DAS and our state libraries in regards to the digitization of documentation. It really is a helpful process, but I will be flagging it with a no vote because I've gotten feedback from municipalities that have addressed concerns with an ongoing process. Improvements have been made, and I applaud that. But I have gotten some feedback. I'll simply be flagging it, and hopefully that we will continue to work on this with additional input and feedback from many of the shareholders who will be impacted by this. But I applaud the effort. I applaud the concept. It's much needed, but the devil's in the details. And again, I wanted to compliment Representative Goupil for her good work. And I will be just simply voting no to flag it and recognize it as a continual work in progress. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Wong. Representative Dubitsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I want to associate myself with the comments of Senator Wong that there seems to be a lot of work that was put into and try to get a pipeline to get new talent into that system.
Dubitsky, may I interrupt you for just a moment? We lost you for just a moment there. So if you could just go back, and right after you said, I'd like to associate my remarks with Senator Wong, and there was a lot of work put in, if you could go back to where you were then.
Sure. The work that I am applauding especially is the work to fix the problem of the lack of building officials. And we certainly need a mechanism and infrastructure to increase the number of building officials in the pipeline and to make sure that we always have well-trained and experienced building officials to help our municipalities with their obligations. My one problem with this bill is the section that with regard to this pilot program and having the COGS do regional building inspection, having a system where the COGS do it instead of the municipalities. The COGS can already do that. In fact, and municipalities can already do it. In fact, my town shares a building official with our neighboring town. That's something that can already be done. My fear is that this pilot program is, as so many other pilot programs we've seen over the years, is on sort of a multi-year glide slope where it starts out as sort of a voluntary pilot program where either people or municipalities or COGS will apply to participate. And then the next year it rolls out into some of the larger municipalities. And then the next year it rolls out into every municipality. And then the next year it becomes mandatory. I think that towns must be able to make their own decisions. And because the COGS can already do this, and because the municipalities can already do this, the only reason I can see for this pilot program is to start the mandatory system on the multi-year glide slope. If there's somebody that convinced me otherwise, please, I'd love to hear it. But right now, there isn't anything preventing the towns and the COGS from doing exactly what's in this bill. The only difference is that this bill would create a state infrastructure. And once that state infrastructure is built, it's going to be used. And my fear is that it will eventually be mandatory. And I don't want to have any part of that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Representative Dubitsky. Representative Goupil.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I would like to thank my good colleagues for their comments regarding and their concerns. Yes, some of the municipalities through agreements have been able to reach and brokerage opportunity to share. But at this point, it still leaves a significant deficit across the state of building officials and a strain on municipalities' budget in terms of sharing building officials. When there's a shortage, the opportunity to collaborate at the regional level with the COGS is very similar to what is currently taking place in Massachusetts and has been in effect for 25 years. Ultimately, we are a hindrance to development in the state when we don't have our professionals available to us in a timely fashion in order to move along building projects. We need to find opportunities for that so that folks are not looking to other states because the process is much more streamlined. And again, this legislation looking to the building code is a state building code, and there really is no reason at this point that we cannot find opportunity to streamline the process of the application through a digital form. That would be just bringing us into the 21st century. So I think there's a lot of conversations still to be had through the process of the working group, and I look forward to those conversations. I'd be very happy to have further conversation with the municipalities that are concerned about the process through the COG level. At this point, 3 of the COGs are very much in favor of moving this process forward so that they have an opportunity to fill the gaps that currently exist and make the process easier for the municipalities to engage in a regional resource. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Dubitsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And if I could ask Representative Goupil a question, why can't they already do this without the state being involved?
Representative Goupil.
Currently, the municipalities can share a regional, can share a building official, but the current statute only allows for the one building official to be appointed at the local level. If you are appointing multiple, you're going to have to go back and appoint them at the local level. So this gives an opportunity to the municipalities to share a building official through the COGS. And then they can appoint them at the local level, but it allows you for that multiple appointment to take place. This also streamlines the process for municipalities, since currently you have a lot of transition with municipalities. Some of them are elected to 2-year positions, and it takes a while to be comfortable with other municipalities to find agreement and find consensus to broker those agreements in terms of how you're going to share them, how the salaries are going to be shared, how you're going to provide benefits. Many of these positions are union positions as well, so you have to have collaboration with the unions. And this will allow us to open up that opportunity for more conversation, more opportunity for the municipalities to be comfortable for an agreement that's already in place and be able to latch on to those agreements that are in place. What happens currently, if your building official does leave, goes to another municipality, retires, etc., there's a very long period, a very long gap between that timeline where you're placing in a new building official. And if you have significant development taking place in your municipality, that's going to stall that process. And ultimately, that is a hindrance to the ultimate bottom line for the municipalities' budgets when they want to see projects moving forward, as well as the state. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Rep. Goupil. Rep. Dubitsky, any follow-up?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. And I thank Representative Goupil for that answer. I guess I didn't phrase my question correctly. Why can't the COGS already do this? I know COGS provide all sorts of services to their member municipalities. Is there something in statute which prevents them from providing building inspection services? I am not aware of anything. My understanding is that the COGS can already provide that service, and the state doesn't have to be involved at all. The state doesn't have to create an infrastructure of any type and needn't be involved. So what is this bill providing? What opportunity to the COGS is it providing that they don't already have? Through you, Madam Chair.
Representative Goupil.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Currently, the opportunity that does not exist through the COGS is the opportunity to bring in a building official at the COG level so that they can place them into municipality, much more efficient process. When you have the COGS, my municipality had utilized the COGS through the zoning enforcement officers. And so it is a struggle again to hire. And if you have a building official that has been sanctioned through a pilot program, that allows the process to move forward much more quickly. When we had the zoning enforcement through the COG, again, they are going to be an appointment at the local level, but ultimately there's a real draw on the shortage, again, for the zoning enforcement officers, other positions. And we're trying to create a pipeline. We're trying to create a pipeline within the regional planning agencies to allow for apprenticeship, to allow for the different types of building officials so that there's a collaboration, there's knowledge sharing, and again, ultimately is supporting the municipalities that are really struggling to fill these positions.
Thank you, Rep. Goupil. Rep. Dubitsky, you still have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. I think I'm gonna, I think there's some very good things in this bill. And I think that I'm going to vote to move it out of committee, but I think this this pilot program needs to go. I think it drags down the rest of the bill. It's completely unnecessary. The COGS can already do what this pilot program would supposedly allow them to do. The municipalities can already do what this bill allows them to do. The only thing this bill does is it creates a state infrastructure that that is guaranteed to result in a glide slope towards compelled use of regional building official, which I very strongly oppose. So I think I'm going to vote in favor of this because of the good things that are in it, but I will vigorously oppose it on the floor in multiple ways if it still includes this pilot program that I think is completely unnecessary to effectuate what the intent of the bill is. So I thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Representative Goupil, for your responses.
Thank you, Representative Dubitsky and Rep. Goupil as well. Representative Fiorello.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to associate my comments with Representative Dubitsky, and I'm very grateful for the back and forth between Representative Dubitsky and Representative Goupil. I will join my colleagues to support this bill as well, but I do want to say that I see too many bills of trying to force regionalization, and this is a conversation that seems to happen constantly out of Hartford, not so much out of the communities. And I think we know that our communities would rather have more self-determination and faith from legislators in Hartford that they can decide things on their own. But nevertheless, I will be joining my colleagues to support this. But thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Fiorello. And one of the things I'm most grateful to Rep. Goupil about this bill is that it's come from the communities themselves. They have expressed the concern. They have expressed the need. And it is in conversation and in collaborative conversation that Rep. Goupil has moved forward with communities, with COGS, with the Department of Administrative Services. I had the privilege of participating in one of the meetings of the various stakeholders she brought together. And the conversation was absolutely wonderful, focused on problem solving. And I think one of the parts of this bill that we haven't really talked about today is, as Senator Wong mentioned, he touched on the digitization of records. And in a remote world where we currently are in a hybrid setting ourselves, with some of us here in the building and some of us elsewhere, the building officials' inability to look at plans unless physically on site, and the ability for those resources to be available digitally, not just to building officials, but to members of the public, is something that this bill seeks to address, which I think is tremendous. So I appreciate very much, as others have said, the conversation here today. Working together as communities is something that many of our communities do already. And I think this is a wonderful conversation to have. And I know that Rep. Goupil will continue that conversation. Seeing no further comments and questions, Madam Clerk, if you would kindly call the roll.
This is a roll call vote on House Bill 5428, an act concerning building officials, resources relating to the administration of the state building code, and the promotion of careers in related fields. The action is to JFS LCO number 4049 to the floor. Senator Cassano.
Senator Cassano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes no.
Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes yes.
Senator Anwar.
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes yes.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Representative Dubitsky. Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes yes.
Senator Fonfara. Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Representative Hall.
Representative Hall votes yes.
Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
One more time, sir.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Thank you. Senator Lopes,
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Representative Michelle, Representative Smith,
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Beach,
I apologize. What number are we on? I'm bouncing back and forth.
That's okay. We're on item number 6, House Bill 5428.
I'll vote yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Representative Winkler and Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
Thank you. That concludes the roll.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. The votes will be held open today until 1:30. So again, votes will be held open until 1:30. Moving on. Next, I am going to ask for a motion for items 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to read each of those items. House Bill number 5425, an act concerning municipalities and shared services, JF. House Bill number 5426, an act concerning municipal agencies, JF. To the floor, both of those. Senate Bill number 394, an act concerning planning and development and notice of certain actions or decisions, JF to the floor. And Senate Bill number 395, an act concerning local government and employment, JF to the floor. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Rep. Hennessy. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Senator Cassano. These bills are what we call placeholder bills. As I've often said here in the committee, we are the committee that deals with municipalities. And we often have municipalities who come to us with issues, whether it's related to charters or other notice requirements. And thus the motion for these four. We currently do have one issue that we are working on with one representative to try and address that issue, and hoping that we can address that within the body of the bill. But this is something that we have done in this committee, and I see there is discussion. Representative Dubitsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As I have been for every year since I've been in the legislature, I am very much opposed to dummy bills. The purpose of a dummy bill is to allow for things to be added after the public hearings are finished. And in my view, that circumvents the public hearing process. If there is a bill that this committee or any committee wants to move forward, it should have a public hearing, and then it should come before the committee and be voted on. Having these dummy bills, which are basically just vessels for any type of bill that the committee, that anybody wants to put in there later, I think is abrogating our responsibilities as representatives to follow the process, present bills, present language, have that bill with language in front of a public hearing, have the public be able to read it, be able to comment on it, and then we bring it before the committee for a vote before it goes to the floor. I oppose dummy bills. I understand that both parties take advantage of them, and I criticize both parties for doing so. You know, simply because my party is able to take advantage of circumventing the public hearing process does not make it right. I think that I oppose dummy bills, and I'm going to be voting against every one of them. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Dubitsky. Oh, Senator Wong.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I think the term's inappropriate. It's a placeholder bill that allows for concepts as the committee cognizance for our municipalities it does afford some opportunity. And two such examples that I'd like to be able to ask the Madam Chair to clarify is so that we can put some footing in regards to these placeholder bills is compliments to this committee and the legislature for the passage of the outdoor dining bill before the deadline. But nonetheless, in meeting that deadline in a bipartisan passage, we had concerns raised. The two major concerns were related to alcohol consumption and conversations with the Department of Consumer Protection. The second were issues in regards to sewer and septic capacity considerations that were raised by the Vice Chair, Senator Needleman, and many others, and Senator Minor. I know we have, as part of the leadership, looked to undertake addressing these issues. I just wanted to make it a public record that we are committed to doing that in this committee. And would the Madam Chair know which of the appropriate placeholder bills would be applicable for those two major issues as it relates to the past outdoor dining bill?
Thank you, Senator Wong. And yes, I'm thrilled that we were able to pass in a just-in-time fashion the outdoor dining bill as was needed by our businesses. And as you note, Senator, yes, concerns were raised, some of which we were able to work through prior to the vote. So with respect specifically to fire safety and fire marshal capacity, as well as the septic and health and safety, our LCO attorneys were able to clarify that those indeed were covered within language of the bill. There may be some other conversations that were raised related to that we need to have further discussion. In addition, that you are correct that there is ongoing conversation with the Department of Consumer Protection. We want to make sure that everyone is clear and on the same page that those outdoor areas that our liquor control folks are able to properly regulate, which is what we all intend and want to have happen. There is no set one of these four bills for any potential language to go in, but that is correct, that one of the reasons that we have these placeholders is to deal with whatever we might need to deal with to address those issues, and those are ongoing conversations. We also have an ongoing conversation related to testimony that was provided on Senate Bill 322, the MDC charter, but testimony was provided by an association related to their charter. And this is, again, an ongoing conversation. We have some legal questions that have to be worked out. And so those are two of the potential issues. In the past, this committee has also addressed notification issues for bond issuances in communities with school construction projects that were potentially at risk because of a mistake made at the local level. If we were a full-time legislature, perhaps we wouldn't need to be having the conversation, but Senator Wong, you raise good points, and I appreciate you specifying that these are indeed some of the conversations that we're having specifically. No language has been assigned to a bill, in part because those conversations are ongoing. As often happens, once we have our public hearings, we do have changes that occur to our bills. Thankfully, we take the input of the public, and we take that and we take those conversations with one another, including here, the wonderful back and forth we had on the building official bill, and we continue to make changes throughout the process. That is indeed part of the legislative process. Senator Wong, did you have any further remarks?
Thank you very much for the explanations, and I am in concurrence with that. I just wanted to share for legislative intent and commitment that indeed the sewer capacity and as well as alcohol consumption and the very, very delicate balance between the intent of the outdoor dining bill versus local municipal input and control from a standpoint of zoning and public safety needs to be constantly reevaluated and balanced and maintained. I want to take a moment to thank all of our municipal leaders that played an integral part in helping our outdoor dining establishments and restaurants in these very challenging times. I don't think they get enough credit for for opening up their policies and zoning considerations to help those restaurants. But I like to ensure that for legislative intent, I do believe there is continual work in progress related to those three areas. And I know the chair had mentioned that there was some accommodations made, but I do not believe in talking to the proponents on these issues that a final resolution and a collaborative solution has been defined. So I just wanted to share for legislative intent that those three issues are a continual work in progress. And I look forward to working closely with all the collaborators and shareholders and ensuring that all viewpoints are shared and all considerations are covered. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Wong. And to clarify, yes, we will indeed continue the conversations. Where we land with legislative language remains to be seen, because we have heard pretty clearly from our nonpartisan staff related to some of the initial concerns that were raised, but we need to get in a room together to have some of those conversations, to be sure. There were some questions about what the bill did and didn't say and what was and wasn't covered. And that's a little bit different than some of the other concerns that were raised afterwards and after some of those conversations. So yes, there is a commitment to continue those conversations and to provide resolution. The wonderful thing about the restaurant bill is that it was very broadly negotiated with many different people weighing in on the process. And the great part this year, we had the support of CCM and Cost and others. And we do want to just make sure we can address those final issues in a way that takes into account all of those multiple voices once again coming to the table and participating in what the intent of that bill was. So thank you, Senator Wong. Senator Anwar.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I just wanted to, actually, some of the points I wanted to raise, Senator Wong has already done so. But I think these placeholders have been very effective to try and help things that may come up in one of the 169s of our towns and the communities. Madam Chair, I wanted to make sure, is there any rule that would suggest that the people who are not willing to have that option because of the rules that we have in existence, that if their municipality runs into trouble, that their municipality would not be helped through these bills?
Senator Anwar, no.
Okay,
These
so let's.
placeholders, oh, forgive me, if I may, just to complete that thought. The intent of this is exactly that. If there is a municipality that comes forward and needs assistance, that's what the intent of these bills is for.
And do you or this committee define or decide when that problem will arise?
In my experience as the Planning and Development Committee Chair, this has been something that we take as it comes through the course of the session. And again, as a part-time legislature, you know, we're here for part of the year. Municipalities are governing all year round, 365 days a year. So we do what we can in the time that we have.
And I think that is a reason, Madam Chair, I asked this question, is that what has been framed by some small group of legislators is unfair towards this committee and the legislature. They know very well the purpose of this, but framing it in the way it has been is inaccurate. And I wonder if they know that it could save their own municipality that they are representing and want to protect as well. And that's why it's useful. Thankfully, many of these are never used, but this is just a tool because of the timelines and the rules that we live by. So thank you, Madam Chair, for this. I wanted to just clarify. I think Senator Wong has already done so partially about this too. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Anwar. Representative Fiorello.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to understand more about this placeholder tool that we have. Does every single committee have placeholder bills, Madam Chair?
I can't speak for the other committees, Representative Fiorello.
Okay,
Not
that's
now.
fine. Thank you. And right now, our committee has 24 bills that have been voted out of committee so far, and we're working on voting more out right now. But I just want to understand, so a bill, and today is our last JF meeting, any bill that has not been passed through this committee can be put into a placeholder bill, that's correct?
Representative Fiorello, if what you're asking is can any bill in the General Assembly that's been sent out of committee, whether it's a placeholder, a fully formed bill or not, be altered and amended as it goes through the process? The answer is yes. That is the legislative process. We work together in this committee. We work collaboratively to work forward on language, but that is absolutely true. Yes.
So sorry, to be clear, so a bill that doesn't get voted out of this committee, but can still be placed into one of these placeholder bills. And also a bill that received no public hearing can be placed into a placeholder bill. Correct?
Again, Representative Fiorello, bills that are JF'd out of committee can and often will be changed going forward.
I'm not sure that answers my question. I want to know if bills that don't make it through our committee can end up in a placeholder bill. And I think the answer is yes.
Representative Fiorello, I think I've answered the question. The answer is that bills can continue to be changed going forward. And we've discussed that the intent of these placeholders, and I'd like to stick with what's on our agenda. The intent of these placeholders is for municipal issues.
Okay, I understand the intent, but there's also the practice of how it can be used. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Our wonderful LCO attorney has reminded me that because we are in, as Representative Fiorello said, our JF meeting, we will indeed need to take up each of these items separately. My understanding is they are not consentable based on the conversation here today. So Attorney O'Connor, if I may ask, we did have a motion and a second. Will we need to do that for each of these bills, or will the motion and the second suffice for each one already?
I think to be on the safe side, you're probably going to want to do each of them separately.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. And my apologies, committee members. So we'll go back to item number 7. House Bill number 5425, an act concerning municipalities and shared services with the JF to the floor. Is there a motion?
So moved, Smith.
Second, Hennessy.
Moved by Senator Casano and seconded by Representative Smith. And given that we've already had discussion, Madam Clerk, I would ask that you please call the roll.
This is a roll call vote on House Bill 5425, an act concerning municipalities and shared services, and the motion is to JF this to the floor. Senator Casano. Can you, one more time, sir?
Senator Casano votes yes.
Thank you. Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zullo.
Rep. Zullo votes yes.
Senator Anwar.
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker. Representative Baker. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Thank you, sir. Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fanfara. Representative Gucker. Representative Gucker. Representative Hall.
Representative Hall votes yes.
Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Representative Michelle.
Representative Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Veach.
Representative Veach votes no.
Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
That concludes the roll.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to item number 8, House Bill number 5426, an act concerning municipal agencies. JF to the floor. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Moved by Senator Casano. Is there-
Second Smith.
Seconded by Representative Smith. And again, given that we have had discussion on the item, I will ask Madam Clerk that you kindly call the roll.
This is a roll call vote on House Bill 5426, an act concerning municipal agencies. The motion made to JF this bill to the floor. Senator Casano.
Senator Casano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy Bay.
Representative McCarthy Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zulo.
Rep Zulo votes yes.
Senator Anwar.
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fanfara. Representative Gucker. Representative Hall.
Representative Hall votes yes.
Representative Hennessy.
Representative Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Representative Michelle.
Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Veach.
Representative Veach votes no.
One more time, ma'am.
Representative Veach votes no.
Thank you. Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
Thank you. That concludes the roll.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Oh, yes, Representative Gucker. How do you vote, sir?
Representative Gucker votes yes. And I don't know if I missed one before this because I was zooming in and out.
You did, yes, but we can circle back.
We'll come back to that. Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to item number 9, Senate Bill number 394, an act concerning planning and development and notice of certain actions or decisions. And this is a JF to the floor. May I have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Moved by Senator Casano. Is there a second?
Second by Rep Zulo.
Thank you. Seeing no discussion on this item, as we've had discussion previously, Madam Clerk, would you kindly call the roll?
This is a roll call vote on Senate Bill 394, an act concerning planning and development and notice of certain actions or decisions. The motion was made to JF this to the floor. Senator Casano.
Senator Casano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Huang votes yes.
Representative Zulo.
Rep. Zulo votes yes.
Senator Anwar.
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
One more time, sir.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Thank you. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Rep. Delnicki votes no.
Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fanfara. Representative Gucker. Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes yes, and I am sitting in a parking lot.
Thank you, sir. Representative Hall.
Representative Hall votes yes.
Representative Hennessy.
Rep. Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar.
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes.
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Representative Michelle.
Rep. Michelle votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Beach.
Representative Beach votes no.
Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
Thank you. That concludes the roll.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Moving on to item number 10, Senate Bill number 395, an act concerning local government and employment. JF to the floor. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Representative Goupil. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Representative Winkler. And again, given that we had discussion on these items, seeing no further discussion, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote for Senate Bill 395, an act concerning local government and employment. And the motion was made to JF this to the floor. Senator Casano.
Senator Casano votes yes.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey.
Representative McCarthy-Vahey votes yes.
Senator Needleman. Representative Goupil.
Representative Goupil votes yes.
Senator Wong.
Senator Tony Huang votes yes.
Representative Zulo.
Rep. Zulo votes yes.
Senator Anwar.
Senator Anwar votes yes.
Representative Arnone.
Representative Arnone votes yes.
Representative Baker. Senator Champagne.
Senator Champagne votes no.
Representative Conley. Representative D'Agostino. Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Representative Dubitsky.
Representative Dubitsky votes no.
Representative Fiorello.
Representative Fiorello votes no.
Senator Fanfara. Representative Gucker. Representative Hall. Representative Hennessy.
Hennessy votes yes.
Representative Lamar,
Representative Lamar votes yes.
Senator Lopes,
Senator Lopes votes yes.
Representative Michelle.
Rep. Michelle votes yes.
One more time, sir.
Rep. Michelle votes yes.
Gotcha. Representative Smith,
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Veach,
Representative Veach votes no.
Representative Winkler.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
I need that one more time, sir.
Representative Winkler votes yes.
Wonderful, thank you. And Representative Zawistowski.
Representative Zawistowski votes yes.
Representative Baker, I see you there. How do you vote, sir? No, I don't see you.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the roll.
And Representative Hall votes yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, that concludes the roll call.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And again, our votes will be held open until 1:30. And if you would indulge me and a few of us for a few moments before we recess our meeting. Today's our last JF meeting here in Planning and Development. And I'd like to take a few moments to say thank you and then offer that opportunity, obviously, to Senator Cassano, Senator Wong, and Rep. Zullo, and then circle back for some final closing comments. First and foremost, thank you to the members of this committee. As we mentioned at the beginning, the collegial nature of the committee is always very appreciated and so important. Thank you to our new clerk, Erica Byrne. She has been a wonderful addition, and to all the clerks from the committees who helped us during our public hearings this year. We really appreciate the work that you do behind the scenes. I don't think members of the public realize all that goes into it. I don't even think that we as committee members, even as chairs and ranking members, quite realize. It's very appreciated. From our various caucuses, I want to thank Teresa Govert from Senate Dems, Greg Hannon from House Republicans, Jared Pico from Senate Republicans, Giovanni Pinto and Katie Angustian from House Dems. And I'd also like to thank our nonpartisan team who does an incredible job keeping us on task, helping us to understand and help them get to them what is needed to be able to actually write and craft the bills and legislation. Sarah O'Connor, and new this year with us, John Porzuk, and then from OLR, Julia Bansel and Jessica Schaefer-Helmicki. We are very fortunate to have these folks behind us. They are extremely experienced and knowledgeable and really an incredible resource to the committee. I'd also like to thank especially our vice chairs, Senator Needleman and Rep. Goupil, who have been a great part of our team, and certainly our ranking members, Senator Wong and Rep. Zullo. And then last but not least is Senator Cassano, co-chair. It's just a pleasure and an honor to work with you, given all your years of experience and perspective. I'll have one final comment, but first want to turn it over to Senator Cassano and then Senator Wong and Rep. Zullo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And first thing I want to do is thank you for your leadership. I think you've done a terrific job of keeping us together as one. And that's been tough to do. With the pandemic and what we've gone through, we're sitting today, 2 or 3 of us in a hearing room that would be filled with people, and all of the seats around the circle would be filled with members from the House and Senate to vote today. That's not the way we're doing things. And it's not the same. The ability to communicate with others, to work with others across the aisle, within our own parties and so on, it's tough to do that by phone. So I congratulate you and commend you for your efforts to keep things rolling, to keep things moving in a positive way, and to keep the door open to everyone on this committee so that we could get done what we've done tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cassano. Senator Wong.
Thank you, Madam Chair McCarthy Vahey and Senator Cassano. Thank you for your leadership on the committee. You have been tremendous collaborators and colleagues. I also want to acknowledge the contributions of the vice chairs who are constantly in our meetings, despite their many committee challenges. I just wanted to end by saying I have great respect for the institution of this legislative body. And as I mentioned earlier at the start of this meeting, that the Planning and Development Committee of Cognizance is vast and influential. And as we have engaged in controversial and emotional issues, I want to compliment the committee and the leadership in making sure that the conversation stays respectful, engaged, and informative. And we have done that. And I wanted to acknowledge the leadership in that regard. So again, thank you for an experience in regards to legislative process where many different viewpoints, some of them extremely passionate, have been kept in check and respecting different viewpoints. And I hope that we will continue that as we move the process along and focusing on representation, accountability, and transparency. And I think we've accomplished that in this committee this session, and I hope we'll continue on as we move some of these very important bills onto the floor with a joint favorable approval and focus on those bills moving forward. So again, I want to thank the leadership for their collegial and respect of the great institution that we've been so honored to represent. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Wong. Representative Zullo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, I'm not going to say that I joke, but I often reference a line from Remember the Titans where somebody says, you know, attitude reflects leadership. And I think that to align my comments with those of Senator Wong, that the attitude of this committee, whether that be the public, whether that be the other members, is a reflection of the relationships that we have as leaders on this committee. And I am so grateful to be a part of that and to have the opportunity to approach some of these very difficult topics. And as the good senator, in a way, as the good senator mentioned, in a positive, respectful manner. And I specifically want to call out Senator Cassano in that regard. You know, this is the first time I think I'm actually sitting in the LOB next to you, which is a privilege and it's nice. But again, I think that you know, you bring a practicality and a very, you know, collegiate attitude to this committee, and I think we all kind of pick up on it, and I think it makes us all better people. So it's really a pleasure to be here, and thank you, Madam Chair, for the indulgence, and ready to get to work on these bills as they get out of committee.
Thank you, Representative Zullo. And I would just conclude with the biggest thanks going out to the people of Connecticut, those who have come before us to share your thoughts, opinions, and ideas. It absolutely is so important that we have conversations, that we're listening to not just the loudest voices, but the softest, not just the lengthiest, but the brevity as well. And that's what we do here in Planning and Development. We listen to all of the voices and again, endeavor to listen with respect and civility so that we can make decisions that are informed, that are fact-based, that reflect the process that we have before us, which is a tremendous, tremendous gift. We see what's happening in Ukraine, and we understand the threat that democracy faces in our world. It's very real to us in ways that it probably wasn't just a few months ago. And so the respect that I have as well for this institution, for the ability to democratically debate ideas, to exchange ideas, to understand and listen to one another, and then to go forward after doing that to craft the best solutions possible for the people of our districts and for our state is a tremendous honor. So thank you to all who have joined us, who have helped us to get to this point. We certainly have had and will continue to have some very difficult discussions within this committee as we face the issues that are before us as a state. But I know that as we continue to work on the floor of the House and the Senate, that we will do so with respect and civility, with intelligence is my hope as well, with data, information, and perspectives from all corners of our great state. So with that, I will put us in recess until the 1:30 close of votes. And again, the reminder, if you have missed votes, to please use the raise hand function on the Zoom, as I see some of you are. And Madam Clerk will call on you so that you can have your votes recorded. Thank you again so much to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Senator Anwar, I have you up first on my screen. And I need you on item number 1, item number 2, and item number 3. I think I have you on the rest.
Senator Anwar votes yes on all 3 items.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Representative Smith.
Yes, I got called away very briefly towards the end, and I'm not sure whether I missed a vote or not.
Hold on, let me check through. I don't have you missing anything, but let me just double check that. No, you are all set, sir.
Great. Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, Rep. Michelle, I've got you for 5428.
Right. So for HP 5428, Rep. Michelle is a yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you
Thanks,
again for all
you too.
your work. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Representative Hall.
Hello.
Hello.
I think I missed 1 and 2.
Yes, that is correct. So that was Senate Bill 322, which was about the MDC charter.
Yep. So I'm a no on number 1, and I'm a yes on number 2.
Wonderful. You are all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Representative Winkler, while you were testifying, I believe it was just House Bill 5428.
And my vote, give me 1 second. I know what it is, but I just like to be careful.
Always appreciate it.
Is yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. You are all set.
Thank you.
Okay, Representative Beach, I think just item number 3.
Yeah, so that's 5043, right?
Exactly, yes.
I'm voting no on that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, Representative Delnicki, I need you on the second. Yes,
And-
just on vote 2, item 2.
And I am a yes on Senate Bill 325.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
You too. Rep. Dubitsky,
Yes. Did I miss anything?
you did not. I have you for everything, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one. Rep. Baker, do you want me to get you caught up?
Good afternoon.
Good. It is indeed. Okay, I think I'm just missing you on item 7, which
I think there might be 2 of them, but whichever you say.
I think you're. Well, we will go through just for the purposes of.
It would be the
being
ones that were
thorough.
the dummy bills, so
Oh,
to speak. Everything
sir.
else should be good.
Placeholder bills.
Yes.
Yep. So I believe it is only.
While I sit in the
2, you're right.
parking lot. Yep. While I sit
I
here in
can
my
tell.
parking lot at City Hall.
You look very safe. Okay, so it's House Bill 5425, which is one of the placeholder bills.
I vote in the affirmative.
Thank you, sir. And then Senate Bill 395, which is
I
another
vote
thing.
also in the affirmative.
Great, thank you. You are all set.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
You too.
Hi, it's Andre. Hello?
Hello, Rep Baker. Let's get you caught up. I think it's just the last, two of the last ones. I've got you on everything else. So it's the two House placeholder bills, which was HB 5425 and HB 5426.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Thank you, sir. You are all set.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Erica.
Hello, Representative. Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. I got that. Your internet's unstable across my screen.
Oh, I didn't see. Okay, good.
Just making sure.
So let's get you caught up. So hold on. Somehow I shuffled my items out of order. Here we go. Okay. Item number 1 is Senate Bill 322, an act concerning an amendment to the charter of the Metropolitan District Commission. And the motion there was to JFS LCO number. Actually, can you hold on 1 second? Because if I can get you and Senator Needleman at the same time.
Great.
That would be great. I'd love that. Hello, Senator.
Good morning to you.
Good afternoon. I am going to catch both you and Rep. Conley up at the same time because I think that will be more efficient. Okay, so item number 1 was Senate Bill 322, an act concerning an amendment to the charter of the Metropolitan District Commission. The action was to JFS LCO number 3602 to the floor. Senator Needleman.
Was anything consented on this?
No.
No, I'm in favor.
Okay. So I will speak like an auctioneer. Rep. Conley.
Yes.
Hi, Rep. Connolly.
Hi, Nora.
How are you, Kristen? Good.
I'm good. We're the two tardy folks together.
Well, no, there's tardier folks, don't worry. The second item is Senate Bill 325, an act prohibiting the assessment of certain changes and requiring approval for the installation of water lines and hydrants by water companies. There was an amendment to this that you both should have received in your emails that was approved by a voice vote. So that's a JFS as amended. How do you vote? Senator Needleman?
Yes.
Okay. Rep. Conley?
No.
Okay.
Who, wait a minute, who put that bill in? Whose bill was that?
That's Senator Champagne's bill.
Did that pass?
Yes, it passed. There are 2 no votes at the moment.
I'm gonna go yes.
Okay. Item number 3, an act reforming motor vehicle assessment. I do have Rep. Conley's vote on this, so you don't need to vote again. That was to JFS LCO number 3961 to Finance, Revenue, and Bonding. Senator Needleman.
We're sending it to Finance, Revenue, and Bonding.
We are.
What are we recommending again? Do you know?
What does the bill do? So this is the governor's bill related to motor vehicle assessment. So it changes the way the assessment is done.
Okay. I'm a yes.
Okay.
I'm a yes.
Yes, you voted on it already, ma'am.
Still saying no.
I always appreciate that Senator Needleman quizzes me on the bills. I have to make sure that I know what's in them. Okay, the next one is House Bill 5424, an act concerning the eligibility of certain real property for the payment in lieu of taxes program, JFS LCO number 4031 to the floor. Senator Needleman.
This passed by a lot of votes.
It was mostly party line.
I'm a yes.
Thank you, sir. And Representative Conley.
I'm a yes.
Okay. Item number 5, House Bill 5427, an act concerning the recommendations of the Office of Finance within the Office of Policy and Management. This is to JFS LCO number 3841 to Finance, Revenue, and Bonding. Senator Needleman.
Yes.
Thank you. Representative Conley.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 6, an act concerning building officials' resources related to the administration of the state building code and promotion of careers in related fields. This is to JFS LCO number 4049 to the floor. Senator Needleman.
Yes.
Rep. Conley.
Yes.
Okay, the last 3 bills, the last 4 bills are all of our placeholder bills. So I'll just read through the titles and I imagine you'll vote.
I'm a yes.
Excellent. Wonderful. You guys are all set.
Are we done now? Is that all the PN? That all the PND? So we have no more JF bill, no more, we haven't, okay.
All done.
So we dropped the TOD bill.
Yes.
Okay.
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 Thank you, Erica, for all your work this session.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Erica. That was great. All right.
Have a good day.
Bye. See you, Christine.
Hi, Senator. How are you? You're on mute.
Erica, 1 second.
Okay.
I gotta call you back.
Okay.
No, not you, Erica. Not, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye. I shouldn't have picked up that call when I was waiting for you to open up the call. So what do we have?
We have 10 items. Nothing was placed on consent, so they're all individual votes.
Are the chairs voting together
Yes.
on all 10?
Yes.
Then I will follow the chair.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Erica.
Have a good one.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Rep. Dubitsky. I am so sorry about missing that one. So that was the House Bill 5428, which was the building officials bill. Can you hear me? Oh,
Hello,
I hear-
Erica?
Hello. I'm so sorry about missing that one.
So I did actually miss one.
You did, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was the building officials bill.
Oh, okay. Representative Dubitsky votes yes.
Thank you, sir. I again, I apologize for that.
I could have
have
sworn I
my-
voted on that.
And then when Greg checked in with me, I looked in and it was blank
Okay.
next to your name. So for the record, we got it. So,
Great.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Have a
Okay.
good one. Hello, sir. You're muted.
How's that?
Much better. You look like you're ready to be in the great outdoors.
Yeah, I was just out doing some stuff. That's right.
Okay, so let's get you all caught up. So everything was voted on individually.
Okay.
So how do you want to do it?
Whatever is easiest and quickest.
Okay. I'll just talk like an auctioneer. We'll get through this.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, item number 1, Senate Bill 322, an act concerning an amendment to the Charter of the Metropolitan District Commission, JFS LCO number 3602, to the floor.
D'Agostino votes yes.
Thank you.
Can you note if anything did Kristen vote no on anything?
She did not.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Was anything close?
No.
All right.
Item number 2, SB 325, an act prohibiting the assessment of certain charges and requiring approval for the installation of water lines and hydrants by water companies. There was an amendment on this that you
I
should
saw the
receive.
note on that. Yeah.
Yep. And so that then became a JFS to the floor as amended. How do you vote?
D'Agostino votes yes.
Okay. Item number 3, HB 5043, an act reforming motor vehicle assessment, JFS LCO number 3961, to finance revenue and bonding.
D'Agostino votes yes.
Item number 4, House Bill 5424, an act concerning the eligibility of certain real property for the payment in lieu of taxes program. JFS LCO number 4031 to the floor.
D'Agostino votes yes.
Item number 5, HB 5427, an act concerning recommendations of the Office of Finance within the Office of Policy and Management, JFS LCO number 3841, to finance revenue and bonding.
D'Agostino votes yes.
Item number 6, HB 5428, an act concerning building officials' resources related to the administration of the state building code and the promotion of careers in related fields, JFS LCO number 4049, to the floor.
D'Agostino votes yes.
The last 4 bills are the placeholder bills, all to be JF'd to the floor. So
I vote yes.
Excellent.
Yes on all 4.
You are all set.
Great.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you very
afternoon.
much. Appreciate you hanging in there for me. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Bye-bye.